I'm just going to drink this pre-show beer.
So what you're saying is it's more like in the cement mix tonight? Is that what we're talking about?
Dude, I feel like I'm wearing cement boots right now.
Oh, wait. Hey! Hi, everybody!
Well, hello!
Welcome to the show. It's been a minute or so.
It's been a long time. We've been doing a lot of on-location shoots.
We've been doing field trips, and then In the Mix has been working his magic, and we've been just spitting them out.
Yeah.
So we hope you've been enjoying our trips to various venues and meeting some of the people and peering behind the scenes and seeing what's going on. We've had a lot of fun, but tonight...
Do you like them? Oh. We want to know. Do you like that, or do you miss having a live show?
Drop it in the comments.
Because we're going kind of pushing more towards the pre-recorded brewery visits, and we want to know if you like that, or if you miss a live show.
Yeah, what's your preference? How do you prefer your expectations to be lowered?
Yeah. Let us know exactly what kind of suck you're looking for.
Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's episode, Season 2, Episode 8?
We think so.
It's tough. We've been jumping around. Of Low Expectations. That's Tom, I'm B, and you can be guaranteed tonight the beer will be great.
And we will not.
Nope, we won't.
Nope.
But, yeah, we are going to have some good beers tonight. And tonight's episode is called Fear and Loathing in New England. Why do you ask that, Tom? I'm glad you asked. I am going to recount some of the trials, tribulations, lows, highs, and in-betweens of a little trip I took not too long ago up north.
And I'm just going to drink the beer.
3 days, 16 breweries, 5 states. Gadunk.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah,
It's good for an old man.
Nearly killed me. It came close. We're sipping on a pre-show beer, which happens to be one of the ones that I encountered on my trip.
Fox Farm Scatter. It's a brown ale.
Yeah, Tom and I have a bone of contention on this one. He's a big, huge brown ale fan. I myself am meh on brown ales. I don't hate them, but I don't love them.
This one is pretty good.
Oh.
As far as brown ales go, but there's a few that I love more.
Okay.
Yeah, so I really want to. I need to grab a couple Cigar City Modernas.
I don't even want to say this.
What?
I don't want to do a brown ale show, please.
We don't have to. I just want to grab a few of that particular one.
I'm happy to do one on a show,
right, so
but I don't want to do an entire show.
I just want you to give that one a try. That one,
I feel like I may have had it.
You're gonna try it again. Your tastes have changed.
No, I'm in.
Yeah, I just gotta grab some.
Speaking of Cigar City, remember when Jai Alai used to be all the rage and you used to run around and try and get your hands on that?
Yeah, they got Jai Alai. Let's go grab some.
Or did they have a white version of that too?
White Jai Alai came out. It was aged in white oak barrels, which I was not a fan of.
No, me neither.
Regular Jai Alai was it for me.
All right, back to this for one quick second before we jump into the show. I cracked it. I showed it to you. You went, ooh. I poured it in my glass. You were still drinking something else.
Yeah.
I took a sip, and you went, ooh, brown ales. Did you say roasty and crispy?
Roasty, nutty, crispy, I would say in that order.
And it was hilarious because as I was taking that sip, that's exactly what was happening in my palate. It's like you were narrating the beer as it was going down. So it was pretty good.
A brown ale actually reminds me a lot of a well-made lager. As long as it's a nice and toasty, but you get an extra nuttiness to it that you don't get from a lager. But it's really almost as crisp. I enjoy them a lot.
I guess I haven't had really good ones because I haven't really experienced that crispiness.
Or I think your tastes have changed since.
My brown ale
we
days.
talk all the time about our taste changing. Maybe the first time you had a brown ale, your tastes are a little different now. So we'll have to grab one and try one.
Okay. Well, we're not going to do that tonight because tonight we're going to jump right into it. I figure we'll crack a beer and I'll start spinning some yarns.
Sounds good.
So this was interesting. I didn't plan this well, but I struggled. Here's my struggle. I know. When do I plan anything well? Okay. I said it, so you didn't have to. The order that we visited the breweries in didn't make sense to drink in that order. because I didn't want to start with the milkshake IPA and blow us out the rest of the night.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
But I have to start the story here because that's the first place we stopped. And I want to go chronological.
Oh.
So I'm sorry.
That's tough.
It is
That's
tough.
going to be tough to follow.
Did you see my dilemma that I had?
Yeah.
We couldn't start with that tonight.
No.
Because
no.
this is supposed to be a work of art. This thing right
Okay.
here.
Well, we're going to have art first.
Crack it open.
I got to rinse. If this is a work of art, I have to rinse that delicious brown ale out. If we're going to a Pils, it's got to happen. So, I'm not always that picky, but that does have to happen. We have Palatine Pils by
Suarez
Family Brewery. Brewed and packaged there. It has zero information whatsoever. It is a Pils. Trademark. Oh, look at... I hear clink, 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 and I look over, and another glass has been delivered. Like, ooh, a Pils? I'm in. So let's go for the crack. That's a nice crispy crack. Man, I'm just throwing out the sound bites tonight.
Crispy crack?
Crispy crack.
Pork can.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it for yours. Sorry, whoops.
Okay, you want to do it for mine? Because he's got that big white ring around it. It's hard to see.
We'll see it anyway. Okay, here we go. We've got,
Pork can.
Jerry or Tom? Which one's the cat?
That's Tom.
Okay, so we got Tom right here. I'll hold this guy. Here we go. Ooh, looks lovely. Very, very nice.
That looks very crispy.
Yes, it does. Nice bubbling. Very, very little head retention, but let's see here. And we're going to go ahead and pour a big heaping helping for Nate from In the Mix because it's a Pils. And apparently a work of art.
I am liking the lacing on this bad boy, and it is golden and hazy. It is their cherished house Pilsner. It is a German Pils, and it's weighing in at 4.8% ABV.
Are you getting, am I nuts? Are you getting just a touch of apple off the top of that?
On the nose?
Yes. Now remember, I was working in the wood shop all day, so I've been also, my nose is full of sawdust, but am I off on that?
I just smell Pilsner.
No, I don't get any apple.
All right, it's just me then. Let's go with this.
What?
Well, that is crispy silk.
Yeah.
That
How
is
how do you get both ends of that spectrum?
that is eminently crushable.
Yeah.
Holy
It's like-
moly!
Super smooth. Like, yeah.
Whoa!
But Tom's
Wow.
dude, you nailed it with those two words. It's goddamn crispy silk.
Yes, like they're opposite ends. I don't know how they. Wow. And you can buy this by the case?
Yes.
Jiminy crickets.
So
Wow.
I'm in.
I could easily see myself perched at the end of the bar going bucket after bucket after bucket of these.
Oh my goodness. Whoa. But you're not allowed in there, right?
I'll get into that, yeah.
Okay.
You are correct. So the reason I said it's a work of art,
417?
I'm hoping I didn't oversell it.
No, this is crazy good.
This is like
It's a Pils. How do you say a Pils is that good?
this brewery is the go-to brewery for pilsners and lagers, if not nationwide, definitely on the East Coast. Like, I work at a brewery, and I showed my owner the 16 stops we were making, and this is the only place he said I had to go to, and I had to get him beer from.
Wow.
And god damn it, he was right. All right. So that being said, this was interesting. This place is still very COVID conscious. I had to pre-order.
Okay.
This was day 3. This was day 3. we were leaving Boston or Charlton area and swinging down through New
Is
York.
that how you say that? Charlton?
That's where Treehouse is, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure how you say
I
that.
think that's how you say it.
Okay.
And heading to the lake. So we were doing the New York swing. And it was a little bit disappointing day 3. We didn't get to do a lot of on-site drinking because 2 out of the 7 places Petrov made us stop at were no on-site drinking. We couldn't drink at Fiden's and we couldn't drink here.
Right.
So this place was very COVID conscious. I had to pre-order online, and you pulled into this like little, it looked like a little auto mechanic place out in the middle of nowhere, and there are all these signs like pull around back. Every 2 feet there was a pull around back, pull around back, pull around back, pull around back. So we drove around back and rolled down the window. Guy fully like in his hazmat suit came out and was like, "Name?" I was like, "Last name is Love." He's like, "Hold on." Put my window back up. He went in back, brought my order out, put it on the table. He disappeared, waved, and then I was allowed to get out of the car and get my beer.
Wow.
Fully like DEFCON
Wow.
7. Yeah. And it was clearly stated on the website. This is the process you need to go through to get the beer. That being said, it's goddamn delicious.
Amazing. That was an absolutely incredible beer.
In the mix.
And it's
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I mean,
this
that's-
is great. It's fantastic.
it's just a pills.
I know. And
Wow.
there's- So crispy, silk, but also like a tiny touch of little like a hay effect going on in there that
I didn't get that.
didn't get that?
Honestly, I still have like a tiny little touch of like a sour apple back there. It must be my tastes are just off. I mean, I know it's really allergy season is just starting, so maybe I'm getting a little funky up there. But man, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like this isn't forward on like anything. This is just
No, it's not
beer. Like
delicious,
delicious
beer.
beer.
Yeah.
well, it's
Yeah.
got that crispy boy pilsner mouthfeel to
no
it.
bitterness.
No bitterness at all.
No hop. No. It just
But
Good.
also like somehow silky smooth, like a super easy throatable drinker.
Where is Suarez?
Oh, I forget the town it's in
up
New York.
north,
It's-
real far up
yeah,
north, New
yeah,
York. Okay.
Yeah.
And
So-
what's the average cost of living? Because I might have to move that.
These 4-packs weren't that bad. I think we're weighing in at like 15 a 4-pack.
Okay.
Wasn't terrible.
Delicious.
Yeah, really good. So
Delicious.
good job, Suarez. Well done.
Yes, thank you.
Would love to meet you sometime behind like 17 layers of
Yeah,
plexiglass
we
and
could have some glass or
the airlocks and stuff. All right,
shower
so
curtain.
ready? No. Ready?
Ready?
Let me tell you a little bit about the trip.
Okay.
So this whole idea germinated from I see you. You don't stop acting like I can't see you do that. I'm sitting right here. You're
me do what?
side eyeing me. Why are you side eyeing me while you
I was
drink
watching
that?
the camera.
Oh, okay. So they're 2 friends of the show. They come into the brewery fairly often, Rich and Matt, and we've seen their escapades before. They like to do the brewery tour thing. And one day we were sitting around on a Thursday. You should try coming in sometime. We were sitting around shooting the old, Shinola. And I said, if you guys ever are planning or thinking about going up to Treehouse, let me know. That place is on my bucket list. I'd like to go there. And, strangely enough, Petrov looked right across the table and said, "You name the day and we're there." And I was like, "Oh, okay, buddy. All right."
Do it.
So I did a little finagling. I did a little of this. I did a little of that. And I was like, "All right, how's this weekend look? I can maybe head up." And he's like, "Let me check." So I guess he checked with Rich. They coordinated calendars, and then he gets back to me. He doesn't say, "Yeah." He says, "How many days can you get off?" And I'm like, "Well,
How long can we carry
how
on this
long
escapade?
is the trip to Boston? It's not that far." And he's like, "No, I want to hit a couple other places." And I'm like, "You do?" And I'm like, "Well, all right, let me." So I checked, coordinated calendars, and I was like, I could get an extra day. I could do a 3-day weekend. And he's like, perfect. And then, like a week goes by, and then I get the itinerary, Tom. There's a Thursday itinerary, there's a Friday itinerary, and there's a Saturday itinerary.
Now, have they done this run before?
They've done a New England run before, and they've done Maine, and they've done some Boston. There was not a lot of overlap of breweries.
Okay.
Of the 16 we visited, I think Rich told me he had been to 4 out of the 16 before.
All right.
So,
wow.
Yeah. So we hit a lot of new ones. So we hop in the car early in the afternoon.
It's about 20.
The car?
Mm-hmm.
Cases? 20 cases? That's about how much we brought home.
Hop in the car, sits about 20.
Okay. Sorry.
Hurry up.
Bad.
Bring your jukebox money.
Okay,
The Love Shack. It's a little old place where
we can get together. Okay.
Is it?
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Fly up there. Traffic is beautiful. We're going through New York, so that's always a little gamble. You never know what you're going to hit.
Oh, I wasn't sure what that was.
Oh, that's rolling dice, Tom.
Okay. Well, I saw this, and I didn't know where we were going.
I know you're going to the lake this weekend. You just got back from Guy's weekend, but this is rolling dice, buddy.
Okay.
We're going this way, down.
Different than that.
Yes, that's different.
This.
That way,
Okay,
down,
very
not
good.
up.
Okay.
Down, not up. That way. Oh, this is so hard to get through this story. All right, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
We got up there early. So, by early, I mean before the first brewery on the itinerary actually opened its doors.
Oh.
So we got to Connecticut early. So...
Wait, hold on. Didn't you leave at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
Details aren't important. We got up there a little bit early.
Okay.
Traffic? No traffic. We flew right through
there
New
must
York.
have been none.
It was, and I'm going to say...
Who's driving?
Rich.
Rich
Petrov,
likes to drive?
Yeah, he likes to drive. Petrov has issues with Rich driving. He's not comfortable with the rate that Rich drives. I think Rich is a fine driver. I have no issues whatsoever. I say Petrov is a bit of a nervous Nelly.
Oh, a little worried about speed.
Yes, he doesn't feel the need for speed.
Come on. Like, what are we talking here? Like, acceptable speed, or...
What's an acceptable speed? What's an unacceptable speed? That's easier. There were no 3 digits involved.
Okay, 80 is nothing. 80 all day.
There were no 3 digits involved.
All right, so 90. If you can hit 90, if you have the right vehicle, no problem. 90 in my little SUV there, fully loaded. I wouldn't do it, but if you got the right vehicle, go to town.
We were in a big ass truck.
A big truck.
A big ass truck.
Wow.
A big ass truck. Extended cab.
So he wasn't looking to save any fuel.
No. No. I was safely ensconced in the back row. Petrov was up front worrying.
Thank you, sir.
And, so we got up there early. Long story short. So I'm kicking back there. I'm like, that was a very stress-free drive. I wonder what... hey, guys, what do you... And I'm like, hey, guys, what do you want to... And Petrov is like... He whips out this... Like, he's got, like, his whole, portfolio with opening and then itineraries. And all of a sudden, he whips this other piece of paper.
All on paper?
Oh, yeah. Paper. All on paper. And is that good or bad?
I'm just curious.
Yeah, paper. And he whips out this other piece of paper. I don't know where it came. It was like a magic trick. Nothing on my sleeve. Boom. He's like, hey, since we got here early, why don't we go to this place? It opens at blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that is the first warning sign. Bing! It went off in my head. I was like,
I want to go on a trip with him.
You do want to go on a trip with him.
Yeah, it's my kind of planning.
You don't have to do a thing. He will just walk you through everything.
See, yeah, I would accept that, but I would also have fun being in that type of planning.
Oh,
that's my kind of
You can
thing.
do either. You can
Yeah.
you can jump in and be part of the
Pack
whole
that
thing.
schedule tight.
Okay. So that's the last beer we drank is the first brewery that we visited. It was called Lock City. So what I did in my preparation for the trip was to hop on Instagram, and I messaged all the breweries we were going to visit and said, yo, I'm Beloved. I have a podcast. I want to take some pictures, maybe shoot some video, which I can give Nate a ton of B-roll stuff. I got a bunch of stuff on my phone.
Okay.
And maybe it'd be like a road trip bloopers video or something like that. And I also work at a brewery down here.
Okay, I was going to say, did you mention that?
I threw both out there, and I said, and my boss was super kind. He's like, hey, dude, take a bunch of beer up and, Johnny Appleseed that shit all over the place. So he gave me a bunch of beer, and so I was dropping beer at every brewery we visited,
cool.
except, Suarez, because they
don't want it.
They wouldn't let me in. So the first place we're walking into, and it was a mixed, I had our Nitro and ESB from Imprint. I had our Galactic Syringe, double dry hop, and then I had,
It was a pineapple, right?
So, no, this was just regular.
Regular?
And then I had a whole bunch of just random smoogies. So I just made up some mixed 4-packs. I was dropping them in places because, something for everybody. So I'm walking in with this mixed 4-pack. And as we're walking, we got there just as the place opened. As we're walking in the door, I hear this voice going, and fuck those guys who are putting lactose in beer. They don't know how to brew. That's why they're putting lactose. Oh, you'll be crapping forever. That's what I hear walking in. And I'm like, because smoogies have lactose in it. And I'm like, perhaps this is not the best choice. So that was my introduction to the brewer from Lock City. He had opinions about stuff.
But doesn't their milkshake have lactose in
Perhaps. And we got to see all different kinds of brewery operations. That was also fascinating. I got to see 16 different versions of breweries.
Yeah.
So this place was in a little like almost like if you combined an industrial park with a strip mall, that's kind of the vibe that it was. And it was really small. We went in, started off like that, but then we got to talking to him, and he was a good dude. He poured us. We got a couple of his beers, and I eventually did leave. I might have pulled a smoogie out. I can't remember, but I left beer with him, and then we told him that we had another destination later on in the day where I was supposed to meet this guy that we've collabed with down at Imprint, and he's like, "Okay, hold on." He comes walking out. He gives a case of beer. He's like, "Take this to Josh, and give him these two. You guys keep the rest. And if he's not there, you just keep the whole goddamn thing." And we were like, huh?
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah. So that was our introduction to our first stop on the trip. And the tricky part was, for me, there was no loitering. There was no sampling. Now, I don't know if you could do this with Petrov. Do you have it in your wheelhouse to do this? Because he's like this. 1, 2, boom. 1, 2, boom.
I need to hang out with that beer. I need a little time.
So that could be your challenge.
Unless that beer sucks.
So I think I'm gonna withhold most of my opinions on a lot of the beer I experienced up there because most of the people I met were super cool, super welcoming, and super nice. So,
but you do have cans that we're trying.
I do. Okay. And if there's... My mother raised me
right. You
didn't
pick any bad cans.
My mother raised me right. If I don't have anything nice to say, I don't say anything at all.
Okay.
Okay. I think it's time for beer number 2.
Thank you. Whew. It's wasting away over here.
Yeah, well, we could just sit here and drink beer and look at the camera. That'd be fun.
Okay. I'll go get more.
You creep. It's like you're full of cone.
This is Palindrome by Alvarium. Come on down for a pint and a crisp high five.
Alvarium Brewing.
Yep. This is the Regal Lager. Spelled the same way forwards and backwards.
Oh, it's a palindrome.
That's what I just said.
Oh, it's a Hell's.
Yes, that's a Hell's.
That's a hell of a hell.
Handcrafted in New Britain, Connecticut.
4.8 ABV.
Not ein bitter bitter. I don't know what that means.
It's our Chris Pell's Lager pilot of Bavarium, Matt, the man behind the cans who transitioned into a brewing on our system so smoothly that it should be criminal. Regal Lager. Read that backward and forward.
It's Regal Lager.
Featuring crisp notes of noble German hops with a light crackery finish.
Ooh.
Crack-a-lack.
I do like crackers. I hope it's a chicken and a biscuit finish. They're my favorite cracker.
I gotta pay extra for that.
A little hard pour there.
Oh, that's
Look,
Did you see the tornado?
Beautiful.
Did you see the tornado?
Yes, you only get the tornado in the low expectation dumpy glass. Available to you at any time. You just have to ask. We still have them. Look at that. Looks beautiful. The color is wonderful. Let's give it the sniff test. Mmm.
I've never seen In the Mix get so much exercise during a show.
He's an excited boy.
He is.
Also, in his defense, I do not have any more Narragansett here to feed him. So he's a thirsty boy. That is my fault.
Have you put that in your mouth yet? That is yummy. Me likey.
It's really good. That's a good lager. That is not a Suarez lager, but that is a good lager.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I am pulling up the itinerary and I'm trying to remember what stop. Oh, this was our last stop of the night. Silly me. I should remember it was our last stop of the night. Okay.
I like that third of your tongue, like the back third of your tongue sweetness you get at the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
That crackery finish, as they call it, is really, really good. Not too forward on anything. Just
And it's just got a nice little kiss of carbonation on it. So while you have that, like, the crackery blanket laying on your tongue, there's still just a little prickliness there that makes you want to go take another sip. It's good.
I'm going to chug that.
It's really good.
So I need to find a place that's in between these two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to chug that.
So these guys, I gotta spend a little bit of time talking about these guys. These guys were the first ones to answer me on Instagram, and they were like, "Awesome! We can't wait to hang out with you. Come on by." We were a little bit delayed in getting there because we had to stop and get pizza. Yes, what's up?
I just enjoy their can very much. You keep telling their story, and I'll point out the highlights.
Okay. So we got there, and we pulled in as this lady was getting into her car, and we got out of the car, and it was kind of its own separate space in kind of like an industrial area, but it was its own building. It wasn't part of a park or anything, and she looked like she just came out of the brewery. So I was like, which? Because it looked like there were two entrances, and I was like, which entrance should I go in? And she goes, Beloved? I'm like,
What?
I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, we've been waiting for you. We were wondering where you were coming. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're here. Sorry, we were late. We had to stop and get pizza. Look, we brought pizza. So we had pizza, and she's like, all right, come on in this way. She takes us in. She takes us in. So she's one of the owners. Her name's Kate.
Okay.
And her husband, Matt, are two of the owners. She brings us in. She calls Matt over. We're in their private tasting room. We sit in their private tasting room at the bar, eating pizza. He's like, what are you in the mood for? I'm like, he's like, here, try it. He just hands me their rice lager, which was amazing. And he looks at Petrov and he goes, what do you like? He hands Petrov something else. He hands Rich something else. Right away, it's like, these are going to be good people. So we're sitting there. We're eating pizza. We're drinking. They're telling us the story. There's a couple pit bulls wandering around. And Alvarium is Latin, something about bees.
Something about bees. Yeah,
Yes.
I can tell that from the label.
And I think he used to do bees or honey or something. That was his previous job. And then this guy, you would love this guy, Tom, because he built this brewery from scratch. He did all the welding work for the bar. He did like everything in that place was him.
Awesome.
And so he took us on a tour from top to bottom of all the operations, all the tanks, this, that. We got the entire history and rundown of the entire operation. We got there late. Place closed at 10. Patrons are rustling out. We finally get through the whole tour. We sit at the bar. He pours us a drink. And then the patrons leave. He walks over and he locks the doors. And when I see the owner of a brewery walk over and lock the doors, it's one of two things. Either I'm about to get murdered or I'm about to have fun.
Yeah. He takes out the lotion and a chainsaw.
There was no lotion or chainsaw. There was, however, 14 beers on tap and unfettered access to his private cellar of bottles.
So their label maker is someone that I want to be friends with. I want to go to this brewery and I want to spend hours there and I want to talk to all the people that work for this guy. The barcode is on a wiener on a stick. You notice that?
That's because they don't have food there, but they have a kielbasa machine in the corner, so you can order kielbasa sandwiches at the bar if you want it. That's
cool.
all they have. That's the only food they have.
All right.
Like a roller?
Yeah.
Ah.
with homemade kielbasa.
So there's a recycling symbol, and around the recycling symbol it says, "I believe in reincarnation." And then, so the bees on the lager, the eagle is a two-headed eagle, and each hand it has in each
Talon
it has stein with bees on it, and then there's a beehive with Alvarium, and so Brian and Mike are the founders, friends, and craftsmen, and they do have a paw print on the side, artistry through industry. Very super cool. And then I was trying to pick out one line from this little paragraph right here, but I can't do it. I want to read the whole paragraph.
Have at it.
All right, so this is long. Let me get the right light here. Thanks for picking up this can. Clearly you have good taste and/or an attraction to shiny objects. By holding this can, you have inadvertently formed a bond with it and imprinted a piece of your soul inside. Putting the can down now may cause emotional damage to the contents, causing it to act out against future drinkers. Please keep your new friend cold and consume fresh for maximum happiness. Dispose of empty husk in recycling bin. No tears. It had a rich, fulfilling life with you, and nobody can take that away. I just want to go here because these guys are fantastic.
These guys, bar none, were my favorite place of the entire trip. Such amazing hospitality. People I just met made me feel like family. They just took us in, and man, he wanted us to drink everything he made. It was amazing. We got out there at midnight, I think.
Nice. And did you mention something about the... This place had stouts. It had several. It had stouts that you really loved, right?
Yes.
Is this the place? Okay.
Yes.
Well, see, even more reason for me.
I have a wax bottle at home.
Oh, a wax bottle.
We'll have to
Nice.
bust
Now
it
you
out.
said the stouts. Is this the place they were slightly thin, but
The bottles,
full of flavor?
the bottle stouts, the big bottle stouts he opened at the bar that night were not thin. They were perfect. At the end of the trip, Madman Petrov, 3 days, 16 breweries, 5 states, was not enough for him. So when we got back to Jack's house at the lake, he decided he wanted us to drink an entire case of beer when we got to the lake. And part of that case of beer was 2 stout bottles from Alvarium. A little thinner on the body, but the tastes were popping. The flavors were great.
Okay.
But then again, like, I'm spoiled on stouts because of you
Yeah.
and
yeah.
your unrelenting stout addiction.
Truth.
So anyway, Alvarium was magnificent. Top of the pops, bar none. It was beautiful. You okay?
Yep. I'm just playing with some analytics.
Okay,
here.
so listen. We're about halfway through our beer consumption this evening.
True.
I think the people have been waiting long enough. We had 11 total people jump in, fill out the form for that great $50 gift card generously donated by our friends at Well Crafted. I think it's time to pick the winner, Tom.
We have a nice clean yuck bucket here.
Oh, I was going to throw them in my head.
Oh, you can put them in your hat too. That works. No problem.
Mixing. I have no idea. They're all folded up. I have no idea who's who. And as a matter of fact, I'm not picking. Tom's going to reach in there and grab somebody. And then you're going to look right in the camera and you're going to say a name. And this person is the winner of a $50 gift card at Well Crafted. You do, my friend, need to go and... What are you doing?
I picked 2.
No.
So I'm going to mix them up.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, we can only have one
One
winner.
of these is the winner.
We can only have one winner.
1. Ooh, left or right? Left or right?
In the mix.
Let's go with this one. This one here. This one here. This is the winner.
The winner of the $50 Well Crafted gift card will be...
Darner. Can I open it and read it?
Please
Instead
do.
of keeping it folded?
Please,
Okay.
Please read it.
It is... Oh, we know this guy.
Of course we do.
David Archer.
Archer one?
David Archer.
Can you double check that?
It says David... Let me turn it upside down. Rakurkur Diva. No, I think it's David Archer.
David Archer.
It's David Archer.
Congratulations, Archer.
There we go.
We will be in contact with you, my friend, on how to pick up your amazingly generously donated $50 gift card
You have hideous handwriting.
from our friends. I was going to be a doctor. From our friends at Well Crafted. And Doug and Nika, you're amazing. Thank you for offering and supporting us in that way. We appreciate it. And Archer's going to get to have a wonderful time at Well Crafted, man.
That's super cool.
That is super cool.
You better take
Congratulations, buddy. Thank you. And thank you for everybody. Thank you for taking the time to watch and answer. I was impressed with their diligence. We did not make that contest easy.
No, that was hard.
That
I didn't even know those answers, and I was there.
Yeah, we'll make the next contest easier, I promise. So for the 11 of you that spent meaningful hours of your life in that, we appreciate it. And I think it's time to open the third beer.
Yes!
We're moving out of the Pilsner and Lager world. Back to a world that we've spent so much time in.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Is that can glistening?
Oh, it is. So wonderful. This is by Long Live Beerworks. It's a 6% ABV. It's called Duh Attitude. It's an IPA double dry hopped with Mosaic and Citra. Been there before. I am excited about this one. Brewed in Providence, Rhode Island. You guys went through Rhode Island?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, it was beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, all those turn signs through Rhode Island drive me insane. When you drive down the highway and there's like 42 giant turning arrows, like there's a turn, there's a turn, there's a turn. Drives me insane.
Other than that, they make good beer.
Yeah.
This bad boy weighs in at 6%. I love it, Tom. 6%.
Oddly enough, tonight the beers were 4.8, and then 6%, 6%.
Beautiful.
They're
on the
all
lighter
lined up.
side.
All lined up with each other. That's why I had a stout before we got started.
I love that this style guide cracks me up. IPA double dry hop with Mosaic and Citra, 6%. That is the description.
Yeah, because it's been done before. But let's see how it's been done. Let's see.
right.
The color is very nice.
She looks hazy.
Does. I gave it a little roll before because it said may contain sediment, so I made sure to get all that good chunkiness up there. Ooh. Look at that lacing. Holy moly.
Look at that. Look at the head on that.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
And dude, I'm holding it up here, and I can smell it. I can smell it from here.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's a litter box.
Oh,
yep. Here we go.
Fluffy, did you pee? Oh, wait, it's my beer.
It really does. It really does.
Well, why don't you tell the kids at home what we're referring to, Tom? Because they have no clue, a lot of them.
Oh, that's good. When you get the right combination of hops, can often just smell like cat pee, like a litter box. And this one definitely does. It never tastes that way.
I'm sorry, I was doing that.
Never tastes that way.
That's good.
But that's really nice. I like the softness to it. Is there oat in there?
It's very pillowy. Not that I'm aware of, no.
No oat listed
No
in there?
oat. Nope, no oat cream.
That's a surprise to me.
I have one friend that's checked this in before. He gave it a 4.3.
Mm-hmm. Solid.
The overall rating on this beer, there's 400 check-ins, is a 4.29. I can easily see myself giving this a 4.25.
Oh yeah,
Easily.
no problem. So out of all the Citras and Mosaics that I've had, there is a slight floral note to this one that is different. Could definitely be the yeast that they're using. But do you catch that slight bit of floral? Nothing overpowering, because I hate floral.
No. But I get what you're saying.
It's nice.
It's almost in the realm of a suggestion of a floral note. That's how light it is.
Yeah, this is a nice beer.
Now, this place was fantastic. All right,
Yep.
so let me spin you a yarn.
More yarn. We're gonna have
Tom,
2 sweaters by the time we're done.
come on. That's how we fill content, Tom.
Oh no, I'm good.
Complaining all the time.
I'm not complaining. Just talking about all your yarn.
Lock
and
City
sweaters.
was first. First stop. I told you a little bit about Lock City. From Lock City, we ventured forth. We obviously first day was Connecticut. Sorry, I'm pulling up the itinerary. A really good host would have this printed out. Space Cat.
An average host would have this printed out.
Space Cat. Space Cat was also amazing.
Okay.
We don't have any. I didn't think we get anything.
Not
good
to be
from Space
confused
Cat.
with Taco Cat.
Correct. So Space Cat, Lock City. Lock City was a thumbs up.
Okay.
The beer was all right. Just the environment, the whole story. The guy was funny. He may or may not have some very, very clear opinions on another brewery that we're familiar with up there.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where he said, "That place is just hype. Their beer sucks."
Oh.
And we got a really big laugh out of that because all three of us kind of liked the beer from that other place.
Okay.
And then we went to Tribus. Yeah. The beer
Tribus.
was meh, and the vibe was meh.
Okay. Tribus, never heard of them.
And then we went to 12%, which was really cool. 12% was like the Uber Gypsy brewer where they do all kinds of cool stuff. They brew for people. You can send them a recipe. As a brewer, you can send them your recipe, or you can go in and brew
That's
there,
cool.
and they'll brew it, and they'll distribute it for you. And it's a very cool place. And that was the place Petrov was. I dropped some more imprint off. I dropped some beer off at the thing, and I was supposed to meet my buddy there because he works at Abomination. 12% are kind of connected. He never showed. Disappointed in you, Josh. You'll never watch this, but I'm disappointed. And
Josh.
we're sitting at the bar, and Petrov's drinking a snappy lager. And he goes, "Wow, this is a really good lager. I could crush one of these every day." And we're talking, and all of a sudden, the bartender comes walking up and goes, "Here's 24 days worth." And we were like, and this was a recurring theme. People kept giving us beer. Like, I brought some 4-packs in, but like, Lock City, here's a case of beer. 12%. Here's a case of beer.
That's cool.
Alvarium. Here's a case of beer. Oh, and here's a couple bottles too.
Yeah.
We walked out of Alvarium like
Nice.
this. It was people were so kind and
So
cool.
I've been completely ignoring the chat. B saw me fiddling and playing.
Yeah.
We had no chat at all. I'm like, man, there's not a single person watching. So I checked the analytics, and there was not a single person watching. I'm like, man, what's going on here? Something's not right.
What'd you do?
So I reset everything, and now there's a ton of chat we missed, which they've taken care of everything. Rich is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich, look at me.
Rich has been in there.
Look at me in the eyes, Rich. You did a fine
Yeah.
job driving. I was not concerned one bit, ever.
Yeah. He's been talking to Rags, and Erica's on. There's a bunch of people in. So now it makes a whole lot more sense. I was like, what is happening here?
I could
It
tell
was
you were
just-
perturbed about
I was
something.
perturbed because there was zero activity whatsoever.
Crickets?
Like, something's not right. But okay, we're good. Sorry if we've been ignoring the chat, guys. It wasn't there.
Let me tell you the amazing part about Rich. So people kept giving us this beer. And we had like a million coolers in the back of this truck. And Rich was like the Tetris master. He kept everything in its right spot, made sure everything fit. And we go in a brewery and I'd be like, "Rich, can I get a mixed 4-pack?" And he'd be like, "Yep, I'll be right back." And he would like run out to the truck. He had this some kind of cool cover that he pulled back over the bed and it snapped in.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's called a tonneau cover.
Is that what it's called, Rich? What's it called?
A tonneau cover, right?
A tonneau cover?
Or is it Tinol?
Tonneau only if you're... no, don't let me do it.
So it's one of those. If you're a Frenchie, Belgian, I don't know.
Tonneau cover.
All right, anyway, so he had one of those. So he would run out there, he'd snap it, roll it back, dig around, pop back out, roll it back in, snap. He must have done that 500 times. So Rich, you are the man, buddy. Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about Long Live. This was day 2. The beer we're drinking right now. The owner of Long Live is Armando.
Okay.
I love saying that name.
And
Armando.
that's the way you say it to him?
No, I did not say
Okay,
it
because
to
it's
him.
creepy, and I wouldn't give you beer.
Yeah, well, Armando did
I'd be
give
like,
us...
find the door.
Armando gave us a case of
Quickly.
beer. It was day 2. And the funniest part about day 2 was... Day 2 was glorious. We started at Fox Farm. Rich may or may not have been very, very efficient at getting us to Fox Farm. So we arrived a good almost 30 minutes earlier than we thought we would.
I want to drive with Rich.
Yeah, we posted up in the parking lot, and we were hanging out. And then as soon as Fox Farm opened their doors, we went in. Beautiful, glorious place. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous space. The beer is... I say it all the time. You guys are sick of me saying it. The beer is art. It's so delicious. They do classics so well. We went to Fox Farm, and then we went to probably my second favorite stop of the entire trip, Tilted Barn. Tilted Barn was amazing.
Okay.
And then we left...
I've heard good things. Haven't had too much from them.
Oh, I have a couple.
Okay.
You had one Saturday, I think. I brought one. The Peep Toad or the Daffodil? You don't remember.
Daffodil.
The third stop was Long Live, and it was in Providence. We pulled in, we hopped out, but at Tilted Barn, as we were getting ready to leave, I went to grab a couple 4-packs before we left, and you had the roped off lines, So I walked in, waited, got all the way up to the front, and there's this woman who was sitting there with a menu in her hand, and she just kept letting people go, and I was like, what's going on there? So I got up. I was like next in line. I was in the queue waiting, and she's like standing right there, and she goes, "What should I get?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I have no idea what you should get. You should probably get some beer." Being that guy.
One of everything.
And I just kind of like, that was weird. And next, and I was like, all right, good luck. And I went up and I got my beer. We hopped in the truck, and then we left there and we went to.
That was it. That's the whole part about the woman.
Stay in there.
Okay. All
Hang
right.
tight.
All right.
We get to Proclamation. We pull in. We hop in. We go inside. Hand beer off. Go to the bar. Grab it. Go sit down. Proclamation has an imprint vibe to it. That's kind of like the layout of Proclamation. We're sitting at the table. And I'm here. Petrov's here. Rich is here. At like a picnic table set up. Open garage doors. The door walk into here. So I'm sitting here and we're talking. I'm like, the same woman we just left at Tilted Barn comes walking into Proclamation and looks all confused and takes forever to order. Finally orders something and she comes walking. She's like walking out. So I'm me. Can I let that go?
No.
I can't let that go. I go, "Are you stalking us?" And she looks up and she goes, and she just comes walking over and sits down and proceeds to hang out with us at 1, 2, 3 different breweries. She followed us to Long Live.
She was all by herself?
All by herself. She had arranged a beer trade with somebody, and that guy flaked out, and she had... What are the Souls bottles that she had? Weathered or barreled?
Oh, yeah, Barrel Souls.
She had Barrel Souls bottles, and as soon as Petrov heard she had Barrel Souls bottles, he
Love those bottles.
He immediately took advantage of her.
Oh. Okay.
He traded her 2 imprint cans for 2 Barrel Soul bottles.
That's not fair.
He's a bad guy.
That's not right. He's a bad person. That's not right.
And there's more to the story, but let's just say she ended up following us to Long Live, and then, I don't feel bad for her because when we got to Long Live, Armando is a true craftsman gentleman. Not only did we not even have to take a penny out of our pockets at Long Live, he walked us through his entire menu and basically just said, "Give them whatever they want." And this random woman took complete advantage.
Oh, okay.
She drank her way through their menu.
Oh, okay.
On Armando.
Very good.
So, it all walked out in the
That's
end.
fun.
But Long Live was great. Very cool spot. Armando was a gracious, fantastic host. And makes good beer. This was nice.
It's a very nice beer. Yeah. They also have good stouts. They make some very nice stouts.
Do they? Mm-hmm. Bottled stouts?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or canned. Yeah, both, I believe, from what I remember. They're both nice. Mm-hmm.
Cool. I think it's time.
Your breath just smelled like a kitty litter.
Cat pee?
Oh man.
You don't know where I've been. That stuff's crunchy.
All right, so this last one is by Lock City Brewing Company, Bugatti Spaceship. So not only is it a spaceship, it's a Bugatti spaceship.
Bugatti.
Pricey. This is a milkshake
Pumpkin spicy?
wheat IPA. Yes, pricey, pumpkin spicy. Wonderful Twitter handle. And
We're going in.
oh, look at that. Nice white head there. Let's see how we do here. This is another 6%. Look at that pillowy fluffiness.
Banky.
Holy moly.
Banky.
Look at that.
Well played, Banky.
Oh my goodness. This is just... Oh, this is the most beautiful pour of the night so far. Look at wonderful.
Soft, pillowy head, nice lacing. Banky, I'm going to send my my show titles to you from now on. You can workshop them with me, buddy. That's beautiful.
You can teach them how to use Microsoft Paint, too. It'd be better than the thumbnails we usually have.
Yeah, Tom will send you an email in 3 or 4 weeks.
Truth.
Nice. Right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I need time with this.
Okay.
I cannot judge on that first. That was super unique.
Erica, I don't use Microsoft Paint. That joke was in reference to a Zach Vincent comment to Tom in a chat about Tom wanting to do something. I forget what Tom wanted to do.
But did you notice that all our thumbnails look like they were done with like Microsoft Paint in Windows 95?
At least use Paint 3D.
It's very hurtful that Tom sits in the back seat with his feet up and complains.
I am torn about this. I am torn about this one. Unique flavor. Not sure I love it.
Wheat milkshake.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would ever actually purchase a wheat milkshake IPA.
It's neat.
It's interesting.
I want to look up what the hops are on this thing.
The problem is that we're coming from that Citra bomb that we just had.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that's
that could
sitting on our
absolutely be it.
palates.
Mhm. Yeah, this is So Citra and Mutwika.
Oh, I wonder if we're picking up the Mutwika.
I think that I would at least finish a 16 of this happily. I might hop to the next one on the menu and try that. I'm not saying it's bad, but there's something there that I can't place.
There's something there that's challenging.
Mm-hmm. That's neat. I do like it though. That is a unique beer flavor. I'm all about the unique beer flavors. That's nice.
It doesn't taste milkshakey to me.
No. Probably no lactose. if we're thinking back.
My friend does not like lactose.
Yeah.
He's not a fan.
Yeah.
You cannot get that, John, locally. They
Probably not.
are a Connecticut John. But if you're ever up in that neck of the woods, I highly, highly, highly recommend that. And, you know, I did make a love connection when I was there, and I threw them the blanket invite to come down to this amazing festival that is a designated drinking event coming up at Imprint Brewing called Haze It Forward, where there's not 1, there's not 2, Nate, there's not 10, there's not 20, there's not 30, there's going to be 70 plus
Shut
breweries.
up. 70?
70.
Oh, God.
So if you have been paying attention, Tom, have you been paying attention?
Yeah.
You've not been paying attention.
I have been. I've seen like at least 4 or 5 posts from you.
So this weekend, pre-sale tickets.
Yep.
10 pre-sale ticket purchasers will be randomly drawn to win the Thick Boy glasses. Did you know that? You did not know that.
That's not been announced yet.
Yeah, it's been on Instagram.
Oh, see, I don't follow him on Insta.
Yep. So you definitely want to get your pre-sale ticket this weekend. You can come tomorrow night. The big crew is coming out for trivia night tomorrow night. You can come order a ticket tomorrow.
I will not be there, but I have a friend picking up my tickets.
And don't sleep on the tickets, gang. They're going to sell out.
They'll be gone in days.
Yep.
Yeah. Do we know how many are available?
I don't. I do not.
What's the date?
May 21st, I believe. Is that a Saturday? Let me check my
I cannot
handy-dandy
find
calendar.
anything on Alvarium's site about any kind of shipping or where else you can find their beers.
No.
So I think you can only pick up in tap room. It doesn't look like they have any kind
And
of
across the board, all their beers were fantastic. IPAs, lagers, stouts, they were all really, really good.
Yeah, I don't see any kind of distro going on there. So I would have to say that would be a no for me, dog. Sorry.
Just to recap, and then I'll stop.
It's pretty weedy. I think that's what's thrown me off by it.
Yeah, I tend to not enjoy wheat-based
Me
beers.
too. Yeah, I used to love them. But
Did you? I never loved them.
It's what got me started in craft was craft wheats. Yeah.
Day 1, Lock City, Space Cat, Tribus, 12% Alvarium. Day 2, Fox Farm, Tilted Barn, Proclamation, Long Live, Treehouse.
One more. That's
Nope.
it. Treehouse was the last one.
Yeah,
I thought there was one more after that.
Because when I got to Treehouse, I was a nice guy. I have friends who take care of me. I said to them, I'm going to be at Treehouse. And the way Treehouse works is you can put an order in a Treehouse, and someone can pick that order up for you. I was thinking, maybe my friends would maybe get a couple 4-packs, a case. So when I gave the order numbers to the giant warehouse of beer pickup that exists at Treehouse, they have this giant conveyor belt that they roll
cool.
the beer out on. Yeah, 8 cases.
I wasn't any of those.
Poor Rich.
You bitched enough at me that I knew I wasn't going to order any Treehouse.
How did you like all the beers I brought tonight, though?
They were good.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, but I didn't make you get any Treehouses,
Thanks,
right?
buddy.
I didn't make you get any Treehouse.
Day 2. Day 3. Fidens. Suarez. Oh, Ober Creek. Ober Creek was so cool. Ober Creek Brewing.
I don't know Ober Creek.
Yeah, nobody knows Ober Creek.
Okay.
Ober Creek was so cool. It's like on this farm in the middle of nowhere. And their brewing was about their equipment brew house was half the size of your back room.
No shit.
No shit.
So it's like Hidden River used to be.
Yeah, tiny.
Okay.
He's and the dude, his name was Richards. He's a fellow teacher
His first name was Richards?
with an S.
Okay.
And took us. He's like, "Do you want the tour?" And we're like, I'm not a guy who asks for tours.
Here's this.
Yeah, he took us to the back, and it was like being in your kitchen. And I'm like, I was like, all this beer comes from here? He's like, yeah. And it was just such a cool vibe, and he was such a cool dude. Loved Ober Creek, and the beer was good too. And then we went to
you're out in your Fonstock State Park.
and then we were at
Okay.
then we hit Hudson Valley, and we were gonna and that's when the evil Petrov emerged. We were like, I don't know how many breweries. I feel like that we were like 15, 14 breweries in. The night before, the motel we stayed at was horrific. They didn't even have a curtain on their window, and their window was open. When they didn't have no curtain on their. My room was okay in that respect, but my bed was. You ever go to a motel and the sheets are crinkly, like crispy.
That's how too much starch.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just I was not feeling that vibe. But
did you do the black light or did you just...
no, I didn't do.
Okay.
I just went. It's
Did
okay.
they
It's
smell
okay.
salty?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But anyway, when Rich and Matt, I didn't find this out till the next day. When they got into their room, there was no curtain on their window. And the window, it gets better. The window, that giant window to their room, was open.
How
Their room was freezing
How
cold.
much are you paying for?
Oh, we did well. We averaged like $85 a night.
Okay, well you're gonna get that.
But no, our first night motel was glorious. It was fabulous. We stumbled in after Alvarium on the first night. We got in there. We check in, and the guy behind the desk takes care of us, checks us in, and I go, "Hey man, what are the food options here?" This is like at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and he looks at me, and I'm like, "You got some like vending machines or something? Yeah, I need a little something." And he goes, "Listen, I can let you into the breakfast nook, but you can't trash the place." And I looked at Petrov. Petrov looked at me, and we go, "We promise."
Yes, sir.
He lets us into the continental breakfast
You
nook.
making waffles
We
at
didn't.
midnight?
I think Petrov stuffed like 14 prepackaged muffins into his pockets. I may have woken up with a muffin wrapper or two scattered around the room. They let us.
God.
There were bananas thrown around. We may have grabbed a couple juices. He let us into the breakfast nook at like 1 o'clock in the morning after 5 or 6 breweries. It was amazing. So that place, if I could give you the name of that hotel, I would, because I would definitely give them a plug. They were amazing. Day 2, I told Petrov it was because someone had been murdered in that room,
Yeah,
and they were
probably.
trying to air it out.
Yeah.
Because they took a blanket off the bed, and they like stapled it to the wall to cover the window.
They couldn't even shut the window?
No, they shut the window, but the sun.
Oh my god.
It was amazing. I went and I just laughed when I went in there.
Oh jeez.
So we got a really shitty night's sleep, night 2. So by the time we were like heading out of New York into PA, I just wanted to get to the lake. I was done.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm burned out. I got a shitty night's sleep.
And he was like, "Oh, we're going."
And the entire bed of the pickup truck was full of beer. And there was a case on the floor. So my feet were up on a case riding the whole time after like 5 hours. And so they were like, "You got to at least stop at one of these." And I was like, "I don't want to go to any of that."
Hopping Eagle?
No, Hudson Valley. They made me stop at Hudson Valley.
Oh, okay.
It was good. The beer was. I'm not a huge. That's not my style. Like,
Yeah, I don't like him either. It gives me heartburn.
well, sour IPAs. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. But the pizza was great, and
Okay.
so we ate there and we're leaving, and then so the deal was it was either like he kept saying Tin Bar, Hudson Valley, Drownlands. Pick one. And I was like, fine, what's the closest one? And they were like, he was like Hudson Valley. I was like, we'll go to Hudson Valley. Went to Hudson Valley, leaving Hudson Valley, and he's like, we are driving right by Drownlands. I was like, you son of a bitch. I picked one. He's like, we gotta stop, man. And
You picked one for us to eliminate. We're going to the other two.
That's kind of like when I hopped on Facebook Live and I was like, he's bullying me. He's bullying me. Because he bullied. And then I was finally like, fine. I got all mad. I was like, fine, we'll go. And yeah, because it was like the 16th brewery, man. I didn't need to go to another brewery.
God damn you, making me go to breweries on a brewery trip. You sons of bitches.
16th brewery on a brewery trip. I'm like stuffed in the back between the cases. And he's like, it's like right there. We gotta go. It's right there. And I'm like, fine, we'll go. All right. He's like, all right, fine. Only if the weather's good. If the weather's not good, it's not worth going. Because apparently Drownlands is supposed to be beautiful. Have you ever been?
Nope.
It's supposed to be beautiful. And I was like, okay. He was like, it was on my bucket list. It's amazing. I was like, all right, fine, we'll go. So I acquiesced. I was like, fine, we'll go. And then the skies
was that
just
the word of the day on your calendar
clouded.
today?
I have a vocabulary.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'll dumb it down for you if you need me to.
I was just checking.
Okay. There's a Q in that word, by the way. Anyway, the clouds came over and it started pouring, and he was like,
Right between the K and the W?
"Yep."
Okay.
He's trying to derail me as best he can. Long story short, stormed up, clouded over. I'm gonna do a show one time where I just sit back and let you talk the whole time. It's gonna be the crappiest motherfucking show you've ever seen in your life.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, we will. It's gonna be about meat and farting. Anyway, didn't go to Drownlands because the skies opened up. However, he got the last laugh because we went back to the lake, and instead of going right back to Jake's, we went to Hopping Eagle. Mm-hmm. And we were on the way.
Cute little place.
I like Hopping Eagle.
Cute place.
The beer I had was good.
And the dog.
Was there a dog?
Oh yeah, the big fluffy furry dog.
I don't remember seeing a dog. He was very.
He must not have been
He was
around.
very excited about seeing popcorn though. They have a popcorn machine.
Oh.
He was like a giddy little kid. Like Rich. In fact, Rich was sitting at the table and he goes, "B, watch this." And he goes, "Hey Matt, did you see that back in the corner?" And Matt was like, "There's a very, I don't know how to describe this. There's a very interesting woman at the bar. Not hot, just interesting."
You'll get that at the lake.
And Matt looked over and was like, "Huh?" And Rich was like, no, in the back corner. And you could see Petrov's head turn around, and you saw him see the popcorn machine. And he was like this. Oh, you mean the popcorn? And he got up and he ran back and he filled up a bag, and we were laughing.
So there was a place maybe 2-3 miles from there that is not serving, they're not making their beer anymore. They were called Here and Now. They used to serve a duck fat popped popcorn.
Well, we have a popcorn connoisseur in the audience,
Oh my
don't
gosh. You went there for the duck fat popcorn before, right?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Gosh,
Did you take the
incredible.
popcorn calliope up to the lake for Boys Weekend?
It was there. Yes, it was.
Fantastic.
It's always there.
It's always there?
Boys, when
Weekend.
he comes.
Okay. And so, one last anecdote and I'm done. We're driving to Hopping Eagle. What do we pass on the way to Hopping Eagle? Lake Wallenpaupack Brewing. And we're driving past it, and Petrov's head whips around, and he goes, "Is that that's another brewery? That's one. We gotta go. It's right there." And Rich and I are like, "We're going here, and then we're going to Jack's house. We're done." He's like, "Who drives past a brewery and doesn't stop in? It's
On
right
a brewery trip.
there. It's right there." Like he's got both hands on both sides of my body. It's right there.
Oh, man.
Long story short,
You
we stopped.
there. That place, you can only afford to have 1 or 2 beers.
Yes, he's very cranky about that place. He hates it. I don't have a problem with it. I like it.
But
Different strokes for different folks. And the end. That is the end of my story. It was a wonderful trip. I'm glad I did it. I got to check Treehouse off my bucket list. I'd never been. I got to meet some amazing people. I have a million more
did you
funny
feel
stories.
like the place Treehouse had, like, no personality? Like, they don't care. You're just, you're a customer to them.
No. I met
You felt nice?
some of the bar staff there. We really clicked with and had a good time.
Okay,
with.
I was worried that, like, because it's so big.
It's so big.
That it would just be, all right, what do you want? Get moving.
If you don't,
Like if you go to a Trogs or something like that, right? Where it's just like, okay, turn and burn.
Right, yeah, you don't know anybody there.
if you don't, it was, by the way, probably the size of Trogs.
Oh, yeah, easy.
It's enormous.
Oh, this place is immense, man.
If we didn't make the effort to talk up the people, they could have just processed us right
Now,
to
what's the
line.
rule? You're only allowed to have 1 draft when you're there?
I was allowed to have 3.
Oh, so 3 drafts, then you must leave.
You pre-order a draft ticket,
Okay.
and when you get in there, you get a wristband. And was there something she pulled off, or was something she checked off? It had 3 things on it that you somehow, that's how they checked. I know. I was the same way as you, but you know, the 6th brewery in on my brewery trip that day, I was fine with 3 pours.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm with you. Normally, I don't want anyone telling me what I can and what I can't do. If I'm having fun, don't limit my fun.
Yeah, very,
I'm with you.
very interesting.
So anyway, it was a fantastic trip. I'm glad I did it. Matt, Rich, thank you for including me. I appreciate it, boys. The end.
The end. And we're out of beer,
And the end of the show.
so I guess we wrap this shit up.
Sure.
All right. Well, jeez, we went a little...
It's mouthy, southy. I apologize.
I didn't realize it was silly. All right, well, we kept you a real long time, folks.
Thanks for checking in.
Yeah. We're working on more live. Please let us know. Do you prefer the lives? Do you like the recordings? Do you like the balance we've been doing lately with a couple recordings? We have even more recordings in the bank right now.
Yeah, we have another interview that was really cool. We
Yeah.
visited a really cool place. We're looking forward to dropping that. And you know what, guys? I know you people out there. I know you go to a lot of breweries, and I know you know a lot of people. If you have a brewery you want us to visit, reach out to us. Reach out to the brewery. Let's make a love connection. We would love to visit.
So like if we do a live on a Wednesday, would you want a recording dropped on a Friday when you're sitting at home drinking? Or are you sitting at home drinking? Are you going to not watch that until Monday? Is Monday a good day? Give us your opinions here. We don't know what we're doing. We want to know. We want to know what you think.
I think I would like to know what they want.
That's what I mean. We want to know what you think. We don't know, so we want to know.
Orbital Creek was only 15 minutes from Hudson Valley.
Yeah, there you go.
But Woody wants live.
Yeah, I saw that. So we'll see. But let's wrap this up, and we're going to say goodnight. And
the last thing I'm going to say is you need to get to Imprint this weekend and get your tickets.
You
don't want to miss out on that.
This.
It's going to be a big one. It's literally... I can't think of a fest that's had this many good breweries.
Is it a fest or an event?
It might be a soiree.
Ooh, a soiree.
An occasion.
Ooh, I like the occasion.
A gathering.
I do like carnival.
Would you like to explain the basis of that? I'm just going to let it go.
We should...
it's going to take another 5 minutes, but go ahead.
Some D-bag somewhere...
In our chat, one of our friends...
was like, Imprint can't pull off a beer festival. It's an event at best. What the F is the difference? And first of all, have you seen the number of... Were you at the first Haze It Forward? Where, it was absolutely incredible that way. Now he's going to have, 70 plus?
The thing that had me scratching my head was this
is just some douchebag.
This guy drew the line and said, you can't call it a festival. You have to call it an event.
What?
A festival doesn't take place in a parking lot, is only poured out of bottles, and is only poured by the brewers themselves.
Well, then, when I go to Valley Forge Beer Festival, and it's a whole bunch of stuff made by Big Bev, and half of it's in cans and the other half is in kegs, how do they call that a beer festival?
I just want to throat punch that guy.
Douche. Anyway.
We'll end on that angry note.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, we missed you guys. We missed you guys. And we're also always looking, weather's getting warmer, so there'll be all kinds of designated drinking events headed your way. You don't want to miss the big one.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yes.
Isn't
Valley
that what I
Forge Beer
said?
Event. Valley Forge Beer Gathering.
That's what I meant. Whatever. I don't know what I said. Well, whatever.
Valley Forge Beer Symposium.
Yes. The symposium. Let's call it a symposium.
All right, on that note.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for coming. See ya.